Yo. Can you guys hear me? Do a quick sound test. I always have to do this in the beginning because half the time it never works. Yes, all good. Awesome. Cool. Maybe we'll do a smooth stream this time. I read you, sir. Alright guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. It's a nice beautiful Sunday out. It's a perfect time for some StarCraft. I spelled Irish, did I? Aiurish. Is the I before the U? Oh boy. Maybe I did. Oh well. I'm keeping it. We're gonna roll with it. Alright, let's take a look. Today we're gonna do one stream for Tier 2 between Fightin Auirish and the Southeast Asian Laggers. 4 series between 8 players. I'm gonna boot up StarCraft here. Yeah, I really thought it was UI, not IU. So, wah. Alright, Season 9, Week 10, Fightin Auirish versus Seal. Alright, we're going to fire things up and start off between our first series. Let's take a look at our players here. I'll actually give you the entire matchup so you have something to look at here. There we go. Yeah, our series is going to be between Effay and Archiphres. That's number 1, which we'll be jumping into momentarily. Then the next series will be Elevation and allskyee. Third series will be KStep and Character. And then the last series that we have today is Reaper versus Dwarf. And I put the little icons in. It looks like the resolution's terrible, but you're going to have to deal with it. And I hope I got them all right, too. Boy, that'd be embarrassing if I got a race wrong. Anyway, let's jump into the first series and let's have some fun. We're just going to be chilling out, having a good time, doing some play-by-play. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. And let's go. Let's jump in. All right. We're going to start with game number 1. Capture the game. Go! Starting on Eclipse in the top right as the purple Zerg. It's going to be Archiphres, representing the Seal. And then in the lower left in the red Terran, it's going to be Effay. I love the name. You put Effay in brackets. It's Effay. Effay playing Terran this season. Was previously a Zerg player, so I'm going to be particularly interested to watch Effay as he's my teammate. I'm on the Fightin Auirish as well. So, cool, chill. How are you guys doing? How's your Sunday? Anybody got plans today? This is all my plans. I just got some time to myself. The wife's at work, kiddo's at the babysitter. I get to take a nap, cast some StarCraft. Life is great. Dada says, my plan is to chill. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I'll type D&D. I'll also give you some music. Just woke up, grabbed a slice of pie of the fridge. Hell yeah, character. Nice. What kind of pie? Now, looking here, it looks like Archiphres is going to go for a 9 pool. We'll grab the gas, cancel the gas. So this is probably an indication that this will be a 9 pool expand. We'll get the Zerglings out early, and then we'll get a hatchery behind it. Pretty aggressive play. Strawberry rhubarb. Whew. I love strawberry rhubarb. I love sweet and tart. Effay going to send a scout out. Traditional barracks opening. Here's the depot. Okay, and 3 pairs of lings. Yup. So we're gonna have to see, we're gonna have to watch. Effay's gonna come up and scout this. And here comes the hatchery drone coming down. It's gonna make the hatch. Yep. And he comes in and sees the Zerglings pop. So this warrants a response from Terran. Got a Marine in production. He's going to have to pull some SCVs and hold the ramp. Second depot on the way. And continue droning behind this. Character. Stack of pumpkin pies and a singular strawberry rhubarb. You don't like pumpkin pie either, huh? I'm with you. Alright, so we do get a very nice hold here. And Terran players, this is what you want to do when you experience 9 pull. You want to pull 4 SCVs, put them in front of the Marines, have them repair the front ones, and just hold. You can get your command center. If you are planning on expanding, just put it on the high ground, you'll be safe. Now, interesting, Archiphres is going to go for the third hatch in base here. Gas finishing up. And then we'll just watch and see how the game develops. Second barracks and gas going down for Effay. Everything looks pretty normal. Gonna test the ramp, see if he's still holding it. Very good. Not a huge fan of pumpkin. Yeah, pumpkin's kind of gross. I agree with you. Here's our layer. Now layer's going to be late because we started 9 pull. But that's okay. The exchanges, you get the early pressure with the Lings. Now that Effay has enough Marines, he's going to move out with the SCVs in front to body block and push these Zerglings out. And this will secure his natural. Nice play. Nice, simple, effective early gameplay. Here's our academy. We're at the halfway point with the layer. For Zergs that like to open up Lurker, if you want the Lurker as soon as possible, you generally drop a Hydralisk Den when the layer is halfway done. It will finish, they'll both finish at the same time and you can start Lurker immediately. Grabbing that natural gas here. This probably has indication of Mutalisk play to it, because traditionally I don't think we get gas this early as Zerg unless we're really focusing on Mutalisks. Effay gonna throw down this bunker here just to be safe. And remember, he has not actually scouted. There was the initial scout, but beyond that, we've been playing blind, so the bunker is definitely a good call here if you don't have vision or don't know what Zerg's doing. Comsat's going down, this is good. Stim almost done. Got our initial medics. Barracks are not blinking though. I think maybe we'd want to continue production. Here's the engineering bay. Okay. Wait for the scans to go down. Gonna scan, does not find any tech. So might have to spend that second scan, but if he does, he runs the risk of, you know, not having scans for Lurker. Big reaction here from Archiphres. I hope I'm saying that right. Please tell me if I'm not. We have the medics and the Marines out here posturing. Overlord, of course, sees this. Now, I do think 3 colonies might be a little bit of an overreaction. Usually we can get 1 colony per medic and be okay. Maybe some Zerglings behind that. Maybe to flank. Come in when they engage. That's all good. So here's our Spire. It is Spire tech, and we have mutas on the way, but remember, this was not reached by that scan. In fact, another scan goes out. He's going to check the natural and doesn't catch the tech again. So Effay is going to be going to have to use intuition to figure out what Zerg's doing. Archiphres rhymes with freeze. Ah, Archiphres. So that's how you say it. I made up the name ages ago. Zerg Trickster, you must be Archiphres. Well, hi. Thanks for joining me. I'm casting your game. Now what do we got here? We have the initial Mutalisks here. Evo Den. This is a little bit early. So what this could mean is that we're thinking of... Ooh, another Evo. And a Queen's Nest. Yeah, this might be like a 2-base Crazy Zerg. But definitely strong Crazy Zerg vibes coming if you get the Evo Den that early for Carapace. Awesome. Okay, so we're now at this pivotal point at the very beginning of mid-game where Terran's going to want to push out and Zerg's going to want to try to use the Mutalisks to keep the Marines and Medics back. Okay, that was a good pick because we didn't take any exchange. There was no damage done by the Marines. We just got one for free. I'd like to see the Mutalisks be a little bit more active. Effay in a very defensive posture. That makes attacking pretty difficult. But we can swoop around, down under, over the top and over, just to try to find weakness. Like right here, this mineral line's not covered by any turrets, so if we found that, we'd know we could pick it
I've
up.
already checked you out, Commander.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you, Koru. Corsuarez. Did I say that right? I'm terrible. Alright, bunch of Zerglings coming out from Archiphres here. So this might be a mid-game trap to catch the M&M moving out. Try to kill them. Four barracks. Tech, double starport, so SK Terran. And pretty well timed, I might say. Still just chilling out with the Mutalisks and Zerglings. More Zerglings, oh boy. Now this is getting much more serious because this is a lot of larvae that Archiphres has been dedicating to pure military. Remember, these are not drones, but even with that being said, we're still at a very good drone count relative to the SCV count. I think the SCV count should be much higher at this point. Gonna move out. Looks like that's gonna be a dead overlord, and these mutas getting caught here in between both groups of Marines. Gonna have to retreat. Does lose the overlord. Zerglings chilling, waiting for that ambush. Third base being taken right here by Archiphres. Got that hive. Yep, melee and carapace well on the way. More colonies just to survive, just to be safe. Remember, each colony you make is very expensive. You're losing a worker and then spending a bunch of money. So we have to be careful and try to balance the number of sunks that we make. Now that being said, I do think Archiphres is probably in a good position, especially if he manages to catch all of these M&Ms out with all these Zerglings. We turn Zerg's vision off. There is one Zergling here, he does see it. Another Zergling comes up. Okay, so Archiphres knows where the army is. A little bit of a zoom out here. We have lots of Zerglings over here on the right. Colonies. Oh, these Marines are going to get chewed up. Ooh, a little bit of a waste there. +1 weapons is done for Terran infantry. You're just going to fly out. Ooh, immediately get caught. Loses 2. And with little defense at the third, I'm a little bit worried. We're going to have to try and flank here, and Archiphres does come in for the flank. But it's on the ramp. This is a bottleneck right here. This is actually best case scenario engagement for Effay. He's going to hold this ramp. The numbers looked great, but the engagement, oh, the engagement, that's where it matters. So yeah, probably going to lose this third base. Taking a look at the tech here, we do have Ultralisk Cavern ready. Carapace is on the way. Finally, these Zerglings do get to chew through a little bit of the M&M, but there's still a good number up here. We get up the ramp. But still, yeah, it's too strong right now. Too strong of a Terran force. A little bit of a counterattack. I actually missed it, but just snagged a couple of Marine kills, it looks like. Vessel's already out. Take a look at the tech in the base here. Looks like we have everything we need. Getting more barracks, a third command center. Yeah, unfortunately, looks like this hatchery's gonna go down. Oh, here come the tusk puppies. 5 of them. Unfortunately, the third's already dead, so we are locked in to this 2-base crazy Zerg play. Which is kind of all-in-ish, and it actually has to bust 2 of the Sunkens just to let these guys out. Okay, so the M&M get cleaned up, and the Ultralisks are revealed. So what do we do from here as Terran? Well, the traditional response is really prioritize your infantry attack upgrades and just throw down a bunch of barracks. If you're on 2 base, I think you can go up to 8, maybe? Someone can correct me on that. You can just churn out and focus on the upgrades, make sure those are on time. If you fall behind on the infantry weapons versus the Zerg's Carapace, you're gonna have a bad time. A couple spotterlings come in just to check the front here, followed by the rest of the Zerg forces. Let's see how this engagement goes. I think this is a little bit shallow here. Not really a lot of Zerg. We managed to pick off a couple of Marines, but I think this was a little bit wasteful. We need a bigger engagement, a more wholesome engagement. We don't want to trickle in. Third base going back online. Scourge popping out. Excellent. We do need the Scourge to deal with the vessels. Defiler Den. Consume started. I like this. The problem with this, the double hive tech, is that we really don't have the gas for both. Not on 2 base. So we're really going to need to establish this third. And even if we want to make the Defilers and Ultras at the same time, we really need 4 gas. Oh, this third base is going to get caught out here and blocked. Gonna have to send up just a few, maybe more than 2 Marines to clear this out. The rest of Effay's army gonna consolidate and coalesce right here on this high ground. And it looks like he's gearing up for a push. 4 Carapace here for the Ultras. +2, +1 we have for infantry. Now is a good time to go in. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Zerg here, and this is a tough cookie to break. I think what we need from Zerg here is a good surround. We wait until he engages on the Sunkens, and then with other units out on the map, we come in and collapse. I think that's probably the best way to deal with this. This might be a difficult situation. With more and more vessels popping out, and more reinforcements coming across the map. A bunch of vessels here. We gotta get these bad boys out. Third base gonna be established. Oh, some Lings come up to stop it. Fourth base at the double gas trying to be taken by Archiphres. Oh, I missed it. Wow, that's a bloodbath. Looks like Archiphres got a really nice engagement here. Gonna push these M&M forces back. Force the lift over here, that's nice. Now, this base wasn't operational. We didn't have anything mining yet, so we can't really count this as a mining base yet, so Effay's still on 2 base. Is third base now operational? Lots of sunks, just to be sure, just to be safe. Yeah, and catching lots of spare M&M on the map. This is good. This became a really scrappy game with small army sizes. I hear you. I hear you, Archiphres. Yeah, it's challenging. As the game goes on, there's more to pay attention to. It can get pretty scrappy. Oh, you irradiated the vessel. The irradiated vessel killed the Marine. Okay, so, what do we have? 6 racks. Tons of vessels. Third base still blocked. Fourth base at the double gas. Starting operations. Nice. Defiler. Defiler. Very good. The only problem is we really don't have much of a military right now for Zerg. Gonna commit to double colonies here to protect this. Zooty! Thanks for the follow, man. What's up? How are you? Alright, so we're gonna try to reestablish control of this third base here, and Effay really needs
I've
to stay.
already checked you out, Commander.
Nom Brood War. Well, which Nom? Who in Nom? What is that? I don't know. Thanks for the follow. Alright. Really thick SEV transfer here. Scan goes down. Let's check and see what he found. Third base, lots of Lings. Defiler. Consume in action. Very nice. Great. So let's take stock of where we're at. 41 drones to 49 SCVs. That looks pretty good for Zerg. Map control. Pretty firmly in Zerg's control. So Effay's going to contest that right now with a pure Marine Force moving out. We have no medics with this? Oh boy. That's risky. Injured Ultralisk here. I could pick that off real quick. And here we go. Ling Ultra Defiler. Now with the Swarm being back a little bit, it doesn't quite cover up here, but I don't think that really matters. It looks like there's enough Zerg here to deal with this. Ooh, come up, snipe the Defiler. Very nice Swarm. Nice and quick. But the Zerglings come out and they do get slaughtered. But I mean, Effay's got to do something. He's losing SCVs here and losing operational third base.
I've already checked you out, Commander.
Pinch Cactus, thanks for the follow. Hope you're here to enjoy some Brood War. Just chill out on a Sunday. Okay, so it looks like we're in a pretty strong position for Archiphres. I'd say, yeah, when these two gases come online, and he starts mining from both of these, shit's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. Like, Effay needs to know that this is here. Finds it. And now we'll see the decision making. You get the radiates on the gas units, that's very good. And yeah, here's the decision. Yeah, we gotta go up and stop it. So push comes out from Terran. Look at our upgrades, 2-2. Looks pretty good. How's our melee and carapace? 3-3. Oh boy. Nice job, Archiphres. Outpacing Terran with the upgrades. That's gonna impact battles like this tremendously. And with the Irradiate and the heavily upgraded Ultralisks, yeah, we just chewed through these M&M here. Take a look at our macro. We mined out. More Zerglings, more Scourge. I like the constant Scourge production to deal with the vessels. I think that's very smart. Yeah, just getting vessel kills is really good. It's very cost effective. And the Cracklings, the fully upgraded Cracklings, gonna clean the rest of this up. Another force being sent out. Plenty of medics this time. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 barracks. I think that's about what you can do on 2 base, but the real problem is this. We're out of money. We're out of money, so unfortunately Effay needs to make something happen. And soon. Oh, I missed it. There was a drop up here. But Archiphres got it with the Scourge. And only one Marine managed to get out. Gotta clean this up with the drones. 2 drones. Very nice. And yeah, here we go. We only have 2 Marines. We have a lot of medics. 7 medics, 2 Marines. Okay, here come the rest. So both players banking up quite a bit. There's still some play left. +3 weapons for infantry's finished. Alright, that'll help tremendously. That'll level the playing field out. Nice dirty plague. Look at that. Oh, that was juicy. Well-positioned swarm goes down. The Zerglings go in. And this should get cleaned up no problem. Yeah, so it looks like Effay's in a pretty rough situation here. Zerg firmly in control of resources on the map, and even continuing to multitask and send out to different locations. This third under attack again. And oh, fully upgraded cracklings just chew through buildings. Look at that. Bam! That's only 6 zerglings. And way too many ultralisks to deal with right now. And the GG gets called. And that's it for game number 1 in this series. Archiphres is going to take it. So we'll rack up a point here. Get you a point, and we'll jump right into the next game. If anybody wants to see the scoreboard, here we go. My client is in Korean, so I apologize.
I've already checked you out, Commander.
And he thinks I'm cool enough to follow. Thanks, man. So we'll continue on with the series, jump into game number 2. And this time it's going to be on Vermeer. And here we are, game number 2 between Effay and Archiphres, spawning in the top right. Again is the purple Zerg, it's Archiphres. And again is the red Terran, it's Effay. So we have cross spawns on a 4-player map. This could be an interesting and long macro game. So what's up, guys? How'd we do yesterday in the King of the Tier? And also, how was the quality of the King of the Tier? Us admins were working pretty constantly for like 3 hours just to make sure it all ran smoothly. So I hope everything turned out okay. It was me, Dada hosted it, Escalade was with me, and Memnon as well. Not much to say yet. Just chill out. If you got a bowl, hit it for me. If you got food, eat it on my behalf. And drinks, I will toast to you. Alright, so this time, it looks like we are going to go 12 hatch, is my guess. That's what this telegraphs anyway. The Overlord, 3 drones. Barracks, check and see if he takes the gas or not. Here's our droney drone. Couldn't make it, but apparently the winning team was Protoss. Yeah, you're right, buddy. The winning team was Protoss. Scout moving out, 12 hatch. Ooh, okay, 12-13. Alright, so this is a greed play by Archiphres. Typically, the sequence is 12, 11, 10. We just get the spawning pull at 11, but opting for 2 extra drones here is greedy and going to delay the spawning pool. But on the flip side, Archiphres is going to be much richer. So we might actually see a 3rd hatchery go down in the base with all that extra money, and that's kind of the essentials for 2.5 hatch. That's one way to do it. Oh, wow, what a brilliant play right here, holding the ramp with the drone to deny the scout. So now Effay doesn't know for sure. But, smartly, sent out another scout, and is going cross and is going to find him. Okay, fast expand here. No gas yet. Could come in. Yeah, here's that 3rd hatch I was talking about. And then we'll get the gas. But I actually think this is pretty early, even. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm actually not a 2.5 hatch expert. Typically I go 2 hatch, because I'm a Zerg player too, but yeah, what you're looking at here is 2.5 hatch. With just like a delayed, really delayed gas, I guess. So maybe it's more closer to 3 hatch. 3 hatch build. Yeah, Zudi, I think you're right, because the gas is much later. Just a more optimized 3 hatch build, probably. I liked the 2 extra drones after the hatch. Okay, getting our 2nd barracks. Gas here. Expect to see an academy, probably. Don't see one yet. And the explanation from Archiphres. This is a 4-player map greed. It's weaker to bunker rush, but gives you a huge econ boost if they scout you late and or are cross spawn. Amen, brother. Gas before pool. Even greedier. Yeah, it's up to you how greedy you really want to be. How much risk you want to take. Alright, so here we do have that academy. I'd like to see this barracks blink too. Don't have the money yet. There it is. Alright. Layer on the way. Plenty of larvae. Plenty of larvae to use for Zerg. Two links to hold the ramp. Deny anything that might come in and scout. Very good.
I've already checked you out, Commander.
So we'll just wait and see. It's probably going to be Spire again. Yeah, with the gas being taken now, my guess is Spire. And again, close worker counts. Archiphres doing really, really well in this series to match worker counts. Joining up very nicely. Here's our comsats going to come up. Stim on the way. Medics. 8 Marines. Yeah, this looks pretty normal. Speed done. Speedling's going to move out. Get some info. Safety colonies. Spire. Yeah. Lots of drones. Lots of drones. We're actually outpacing Terran now in workers. That's a bit concerning. Wow, this Ling actually gets in. It's going to scout everything. So should have a pretty good idea of what's going on here. Eminem's going to turn around, going to feign that attack just to force a reaction. Looks like Effay got it. Oh, and a Hydra Den already. I like it. So if you're Terran and you like scan the natural first, you'll see the Hydra Den. You might think it's Lurker. When in reality, both techs are available at the same time. And a nice easy way to tell if you're Terran is when you scan traditional timings, that if you know the timings to scan for, watch the larva. And if all of them are eggs moving at the same time, usually that means Muta. Ling's gonna move in, check things out. Okay, pretty good control here from Archiphres. Just taking a peek and seeing the army size and composition. 4 barracks. Really well spaced out. I don't know how I feel about that. Might be a little harder for turrets to cover. Maybe it's good, I don't know. Okay, but Effay is deploying missile turrets, so... yeah, already an answer for Mutalisks. Oh, and Hydras. We're doing both. Boys, we're doing both. Yeah, Lurker. So it's like a half and half. It's like a fake out. That's my guess. Old 3-hatch tricks. Third being taken at the 12 o'clock here for Archiphres. I like the timing on that. Zergling's holding the high ground here up to it. It's a good strategic play right here to keep these right here. Good coverage. Scan goes down. Ah, he's looking for the third. Doesn't find it. Alright, factory, almost done. Where are we at with +1? Yeah, about 75%. More Marines, medics. And a little bit of a meager Mutalisk harass. With only 4 mutas, you can't really do much, but I think the idea here is to kind of trick Terran into thinking that it's muta play. Like, see, he's pulled back the M&M to cover this. Maybe perhaps thinking that it's a stronger Mutalisk play, when in reality, we've already got Lurkers, Queen's Nest on the way. I think, do we just have the 1 Lurker? I don't see any more. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. 2 here to cover the entrance to the third. This is a good third base location because this choke is so small. 2 lurkers can basically cover it for a little while. And get this gas operational. A little bit more harassment here. Actually getting a couple of SCV kills. Yeah, very nice. A lot accomplished with just 4 Mutalisks. I'm pretty impressed. Good number of SCV kills. Peeky peek on the scans. Scans both of the naturals. Still does not find it. It's gonna have to send a scout out or something. +1 done. Here's our double starport. Second eBay. What are we building here? Am I seeing that right? Yeah, I'm seeing it right. Triple eBay. In the sci-fac. Yeah, when you want to send a message, you build 3 eBays. I'm just fucking with you. I don't know. It is a little funny, though. Alright, and we have a pretty big M&M force here in the middle of the map. Ready to do something with it. I'd really like him to move out and try to at least pressure just a little bit. Oh, good lord, the colonies. Wow, okay. Archiphres in a very strong defensive posture, while Hive is halfway done. Evo Chambers, Carapace, very nicely timed. More Mutalisks being added here. There's now 7. That's good. That means we can run in and pick SCVs off in just 1 shot. 1 stacked shot of all 7, that is. And we're getting some spare Marines here. This is good. And here's the big move out, but I think maybe the natural. Oh, with just 1 lurker, it's really tough. I think if Effay gets a good enough engagement. Okay, you have to know there's a lurker there, so he scans. He's gonna run up and try to snipe it. Yeah. Okay, but an excellent Zergling surround. Wow, that's a lot of Zerglings. The Mutalisks come in too, and this gets cleaned up. Holy crap, clean up on Isle Effay. Oh man, that's rough. We're in a really rough spot now as Terran. Okay, we do have vessels that are out now. I'm assuming Irradiate's done. Armor's done. Here's our +1 armor. That'll help tremendously against lurkers. For anyone that doesn't know, there's a breakpoint that you should know where lurkers 2-shot Marines. But if the lurkers don't have the ranged upgrade, which they really shouldn't, then they'll actually 3-shot Marines instead if the Marines have 1 armor. Character says, you ever notice this map has the AMD symbol in the middle? Yeah, that's because AMD sponsored this map. True story. Pretty awesome company if you ask me. Oh boy. That's a lot of Zerglings. Yeah, we're just losing Marines little by little, here and there. 4th base being taken at 3 o'clock here. Scourge out. Ooh, an anti-drop lurker. This is smart. I really like this. Oh, he is getting that ranged upgrade. Very nice. Radiate goes down, but oh, that was an already injured Mutalist. And it doesn't look like there's any real splash damage. I mean, there's a little bit here, but I don't think that was a very effective Irradiate, unfortunately. A little bit of a poor engagement here on Zerg's part. We don't really want to trickle the units in. We want to get a full surround and attack all at once. That's really a lot of the time what Zerg has to do to get an effective engagement. Defiler Den, consume, almost done. Scan going down, let's take a peek. He's looking for those bases. He finds the 3rd. There it is, at last. And also peeks the Defiler Den. A quick Overlord pickoff that I almost missed. Gonna push out once again with a fairly sizable M&M force. I don't know, I think Archiphres could deal with this, paired with some vessels. Hydras out on it. That's a lot of Hydras.
I've already checked you out, Commander.
Size of int, thank you for the follow. Yeah, integer can be pretty big, I think. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, we're going to irradiate the front 2 lurkers here. Oh no, the Defiler! Oh man, that's an expensive gas unit. A little bit of a waste. Lurkers pop, and this base is now, well, somewhat exposed for this size of a force. If Effay just runs in right now, yep, could probably pop these. With +2 weapons on the infantry, these Sunkens will go down pretty fast. We do lose a vessel here. This vessel takes a blow from the Scourge. And yeah, the +2 weapons really show and just tears through those. Gonna lose a lot of drones here. And he's gonna go for the hatchery snipe. I'm the guy from the Reddit thread about first win since 2017. Brood War is a very, very difficult game, so congratulations, man. I'm glad you stuck through with it. And, you know, here on my stream, we just chill out. I'm glad to have you. Glad to have everyone. As long as we're all for Brood War. Brood War for life. Cool. So, it looks like a tech switch. We're gonna go Hydra Lurk, because we did get those ranged upgrades. Try to... Oh, this is nice. I like this a lot. Dropping a swarm right on the choke point. 2 lurkers chew up all the rest of the reinforcing marines and trapping the rest of Effay's forces in here. No, don't do it! Oh, back up. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. It just doesn't look like we have enough irradiates. This is a lot of lurkers. Okay, lots of defilers. The defiler count's good. I like this. This gives us a lot of utility to deal with marines. Ooh, an anti-drop and anti-vessel posture with these Hydralisks here. It's pretty smart. Oh dear lord. Effay just bleeding off army. Marines are... M&M control versus lurkers is pretty difficult, so, I mean... It looks kind of obvious, but it's actually much, much harder than it looks. Where are we at here? Oh, wow, I missed it. But 6 o'clock gets cleaned up. Archiphres with these Zerglings here. Denies the 3rd for Effay. The Firebat edition. I like it. Smart. Take a quick glance at this Terran base here, see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks. 2 ports. We have more vessels waiting. And there's just a lot going on. Here we go. Effay back up. Effay back up. There you go. +1 missiles, +2 carapace for Zerg. That looks really good. 2/2 for Marine Infantry. That looks good. Full energy vessel. And it finally gets through and spends. Oh, that's an egg. It should last long enough, I think, to still kill it, even after it hatches. I think it's, what, 60 seconds that spell lasts? And again, bleeding off more units. Can't really fight this high ground too well, so we're gonna lose these Hydras. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Defiler Den was here, but we lost this base, so it was replaced right here. Very good. Nice Plague. Well, actually, it looks like we got 3. We end up losing the Lings and the Defiler. Very scrappy. This entire area right here has been very scrappy. Big chunk of reinforcements and a siege tank, too. Now that we're starting to see more Hydralisks in action with the upgrades, I like adding in the siege tanks. I think that's okay, but we have to be very careful about Defilers, because Defilers kind of invalidate tanks with Dark Swarm. It's very difficult to get in there. Yeah, see? Like, it's these Zerglings could focus the tank down. There's nothing that Terran can do about it. That's the only thing. Is you go for tank plays, it usually has to be a little earlier, before Hive. You could still do it, but what you just saw is the reason why it's much more difficult. And yeah, bleeding off more units here. These Lurkers catching a lot of M&M. More macro hatcheries being built. Tons of Lurkers. All the Lurkers. Many, many Lurker. So it's a tough call here. It's been a very back and forth game. Oh, that looked like a double Iridian on one unit. A little wasteful. But at least we'll get the Lurker kills. Let's see where Effay's scanning. He's checking for bases. Yeah, very good. You want to keep track of your opponent the best you can. Swarm on top of the Lurkers, very good. And Effay just not paying close enough attention here. Gonna bleed off a little bit more of the M&M. The plague goes off, catches some of the vessels. Now if we could just make one Beetalisk, run it in. Boom! Good vessel pick. Let's take a look at our upgrades. For melee, none for melee. 3 Carapace though. And for missiles, +2. Yeah, so we are going a Hydra Lurker style. But we're still producing a lot of Zerglings. A little bit confusing. Alright, so 4th base being taken down here at this natural. And the Vessel Cloud is starting to get pretty big. I mean, once we get past 6, that's... shit really hits the fan then. And we gotta deal with that. 3rd base operational, mining very nicely here. Bunker filled with a fire bat, 2 Marines, I like that. Next base, already being made, almost done. And what's the plan? What's the plan here? We're gonna go across. We're gonna do some things. This Defiler's full energy. If we're this deep into the game and you have money, always get the Defiler energy upgrade. That way you can throw down a Swarm and a Plague if it's full energy. That's really nasty. To have that kind of utility in your belt is really nice. Alright, so we have siege tanks here. Gonna zone this off a little bit. We'll see if the Swarm comes down. Yeah, right on top of the tanks. And here to cover the incoming Zerg. This is pretty good. But we gotta move. We gotta do something. Come on, Zerg. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Burrow, do something. Oh, man. Whoopsies! Bit of a poor engagement here from Zerg. And again, engagements. Oh, it's all about engagements. You can turn an entire game around in a really good engagement. Oh, he picked it up here and floated over here. I thought he was going to go here. Alright, well, as long as we get the 4th up in operation. Okay, Zerg boy, we need a plan here. If we can get this gas online and mining... This is depleted. This is depleted. We'll have 2 working gases. Wow, just tons of Lurkers. Yeah, I'm a little confused why we're making so many Zerglings without any of the melee upgrades. Because everything's going to have armor now. Like, +3 armor. Zerglings are just going to tickle the Marines. We're at this point in the game, 3-3. You don't mess around against a fully upgraded Terran. Once Terran gets all their upgrades, they're basically the strongest in the game, the strongest army. They just need the critical mass. Upgrades and critical mass. That's Terran, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Check out this vessel cloud. 9 vessels. Alright, yeah. Looks kind of good here for Effay, but a lot of Zerg units that do need to be respected. So I'm just going to circle back to saying, yeah, it's going to come down to engagements. And yeah, I mean, these Zerglings are still pretty good against Marines, but you see the exchange there. So I gotta check, are we getting melee? Yeah, we're finally getting melee now. It's still producing lots of Zerglings. I do think these should probably be Hydralisks. I mean, especially with the gas bank, and we still have a mineral bank as well. I really think we should have just committed to the Hydra Lurker style with the spine for the missile upgrades. Swarm goes down, Zerg goes into engage. Front line of Lurkers set up. Oh, pick the tank. Yeah, pick the tank off. There you go. Nabs the Defiler. Throw down that swarm. Throw down that swarm. Nice. Okay, so he's going to go for the third. And there's too many Zerglings here. Even if they don't, they now have the +1 melee upgrade, so that's a little better. There's still a lot. I love it. I love holding the choke here with just a couple of Lurkers, preventing Effay from reinforcing and defending this base. The Irradiates do go off though, kill all the Lurkers, but I mean it's already too late. The SCVs are dead. So huge critical blow to Effay's economy. Oh, losing a couple more vessels. More Lurkers come in to hold this high ground here. More Zerglings, I guess. Okay, Archiphres, you are Zergling man. I get it. Yep, I get it. You're Zergling man. Ultra Cavern, alright. Get this gas going, buddy. Okay, more drones, that's good. Take this base, that's good. Quite a sizable bank for Archiphres. A lot of room to do pretty much whatever he wants. 38 drones to 25 SCVs. I mean, Zerg's in a pretty commanding lead right now. The vessel cloud size is still pretty large. A couple of tanks to cover. Game's not over yet. Bunkers here. Now, with Dark Swarm being as prevalent as it is in this game, I'd like to see at least one fire bat in both of these bunkers. Because we just swarm it, put like one Zergling. It won't die. Not to 4 Marines. Not under swarm. Alright, what are we doing? We're gonna move in here. From the top side, a couple of Zerglings, gets a couple of Marine picks. It was a good exchange, cost effective. Oh man, Scourge picking off some more vessels, reducing the vessel cloud size. And the assault begins. 3-3 Hydralisks. Not a very big Zerg force, but big enough. So Effay's gotta pack up this tank, move it closer, reinforce. Yeah, come on, get these guys back here. We gotta save the space. Good, smart. We're gonna back off. Yeah. A lot of Marines coming up. We don't want to lose these units for free. So I like the retreat. And we're at a little bit of a standstill now. It's counter barracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh, double armory. So we're going for a mech switch? This late? Yeah, I mean, maybe. Alright, Terran finally mobilizing. Gonna go across the map. Scans go down ahead to see what's where. Effay a little bit blind right now. Not really sure where Zerg's army is. Not really sure which bases. peek from the other side. Basically same deal for Archiphres. A little bit blind, not really sure. Peek the minimap, here you see a couple tanks coming in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, great spines. I mean, the Lurker's gonna die, but look how injured these tanks are now. Here come the space cows. Clean this up. All the Scourge come out. Nicely cloned. 3 vessels drop. The entire Terran force getting eaten alive by crackling Ultra. +2 melee is done, so yeah, we're much more effective at trading. Like to see that +3. It's already being researched. Swarms of Zerglings coming in from the top side here. Gonna go into this 3rd base. Or, well, the 4th, I guess. And multi-pronged attack here. Looks like this one will get cleaned up, but I mean, we're losing the 4th over here, which is really critical at this point. We're mined out in the main. We're basically mined out in the nat. So this was an operating mining base that we really needed to stay alive. Without it, oh geez, this one got lifted too. Having a hard time establishing these mining bases. Archiphres doing a really good job strategically targeting the bases that matter, the mining bases. Well-positioned lurkers, streams of Zerglings moving in, different multi-pronged attack points. It's very nice. Both of these command centers are both burning. This one's done, that's toast. And Effay's basically out of money at this point. 350 minerals, we have these 4 little patches right here that are left. That's it. Meanwhile, Archiphres is droning up. 50 drones now, 5 bases, 3 that are mining. Zerg looks like it's in a great spot. And we have Laying Ultra Defiler. Swarm in the net. That's a bad sign. Yeah, Effay sees it. GG's out. Just too much. Can't handle it. Very nicely done. Well played, Archiphres. We'll slap another point on the board for you. And Archiphres takes the series 2-0. Cool. What a series. And a great last game as well. Here's your scoreboard. Cast with neither player vision off, sound effects alone. Okay, Fuzzy. That sounds like it's a little bit daunting. So with that, we move into series number 2 for today. It's going to be between Elevation, my teammate, Zerg, versus allskyee, the Terran. Find this replay. Here you are. Let's fire this up. Alright, let's get right on into it. Is this the right one? Don't they all start on Eclipse? Does this say an Eclipse? Huh. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cast through it anyway, because, you know, even if they're out of order, it still doesn't spoil the series. So looking here, alright, spawning in the top left corner on what I think is, looks like Vermeer. It's Elevation, in the pale green. And in the bottom right, in the pale yellow Terran, it's allskyee. Did not realize how high his armor was compared to my Ling melee. Good tip on just making more Hydra. Or I can make a 3rd Evo. Yeah, either way, man. I think you could go for 3 Evos if you want. 9 drone, Overlord. Depot, barracks pretty soon. Actually, it looks like this was a supply block, so this depot's a little late. There we go. Scout. Double scout. Okay, so allskyee playing it quite safe. Quite safe with the double scout. I think typically if you're on a 4-player map and you want a double scout, I think you wait until you scout one spot with one SCV, and if you don't find Zerg, then you send out the second one. That way you scout both of the other 2 options at the same time. And doing that, you'll intercept 9 pool lings on their way, assuming they don't run through the center. Alright, so I missed it, but this looks like a 12, 11, 10. 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas, and then the drones. So a pretty standard 2 hatch build order here from elevation. No gas yet for allskyee, so it looks like we might be going for fast expand. Terran music's awesome. Alright, so here we're rounding up to 100 gas. The pool pops. Do we see the layer? Do we see the layer? Do we see the layer? There it is. Could have got that a little earlier. But yeah, this is 2 hatch layer. See if he goes Hydras, Hydra Den, or if he just goes Spire. Okay, oh, 3 pairs of lings. Okay, that's a little aggressive. For 2 hatch anyway. When you're 2 hatch, you're kind of larva starved, so every decision that you make in spending each larva is highly impactful on 2 hatch. Safety bunker, and a little bit of a SimCity with the depot here to block the front, so that there's less surface area. I think lings and marines can both fit in between here in this crack, but still, this provides extra cover. The only downside is that this is exposed, and later on it could be picked off, and allskyee could lose supply that way, potentially get supply blocked. 2 racks, gas. Is this an academy? Yes, it is. So very standard opening here from allskyee. You see a transfer? Yep. 6 SCVs. Alright, I think that looks good. I think that's what you're supposed to transfer. Maybe somebody in chat can tell me. It's a 5 SCVs, 6 that you transferred? Alright, so Spire here. Hatchery. So, I think this is 2.5 hatch. More lings popping out, and allskyee sees it too. Doesn't see this pair here, but saw this pair hatch. So has an idea that there's at least 6 lings out. And there's 2 lings over here as well, so that's 8. And if you're a good StarCraft player, you're counting units. Especially if you're up against a Zerg, because then you're also counting larva. It's a great way to determine what Zerg's intentions are if you just check and see what pops out of their eggs. Because it's not like Zerg can hide it. Larvae are always stationary. They wiggle around a little bit, but I mean, they're always in the same spot. Where are we going from here? eBay, 3rd racks, stim, comsats, very good. Medics? No medics yet. A lot of marines. Tons of marines actually, no medics yet. Turrets going up. I think the turrets might be a little bit of an assumption. We haven't scanned yet. I expect to see a scan go down now that this is completed. Maybe. Zerglings coming cross map. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, there's nothing really better to do with the Zerglings. These could have been drones. That could really boost the economy, but I mean, 20 drones to 26 SCVs, it's not like we're in rough shape. Here come the initial Muta. Let's take a peek through Elevation's vision here. Nice pick here. Wouldn't fight these turrets, not with this low number. Now we're up to 7. And what else do we have going on here? That's probably range. Indeed. And the Marines and medics are positioned to deal with these Mutalisks coming into the main. Mutalisk Micro on display from Elevation. Not bad, not bad at all. 4 turrets in the natural. I like this. If you know your opponent is on 2 hatch and doing Mutalisks, just build a bunch of turrets. Like 4 turrets in the nat, that's chef's kiss. That's good. Because Zerg's spending their larva on mutas, and if you're 2 hatch, you're a little bit larva starved, but he is 2.5 hatch, so he has access to extra larva, and as we see right here, Elevation's using those extra larvae to pump out those drones. Here's Hydra, here's Evo, okay. A little bit quick on the Evo chamber, I think, but not really a big deal at all. If he wants to go crazy Zerg, now would be a good time to get it and start that Carapace upgrade. Oh, a little bit of miscontrol here from Elevation, taking a lot of damage on these Mutalisks. Factory started for allskyee. Want to continue teching up. I feel like this is a little bit late. I think around the 7-minute mark if you do 3 racks, and you're moving into SK. So we're a little bit behind. Our vessels are not going to be timely. And that could be concerning if Zerg's tech is on time. I can see lurkers have been started. There's the Carapace, yep. Continuing with the Mutalisk play. 7 in this stack. Leads the Zerglings, doesn't get much for them. Kind of a rough engagement from Zerg. allskyee taking a little bit of a lead right there. At least on the battlefield. Mutalisk Micro's pretty good. Taking a lot of hits though, should be able to clean this up. As long as you have 5 Mutalisks, well, we don't know more, but as long as you have 5, you can one-shot a Marine without armor. And I think even if it has armor, I think it still one-shots it. So 5 Mutalisks to one-shot a Marine, 7 to one-shot an SCV, and I think it's also 7 for a medic. Because the Marines have 40 hit points, medics have 60, and 1 base armor. Scan's going down. allskyee looking for that 3rd base. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. Little does he know, it's here. And this is actually also a little bit late. And this might be hard to cover too, with 2 entrances. Little tricky, but we'll see how the game develops. Alright, so here's a nice mid-game push out from allskyee. Got +1 weapons ready. Stim and range done. Elevation doing his best to disrupt. Getting some good hits off here. With hold position in Mutalisk Micro. Spreading the glaives out. Gets a lot of these Marines. Gets all of these that we're reinforcing. Cleans up nearly the entire force. With just a small pack of Mutalisks. Now the trick here, if you're Terran, is when the Mutalisks come within your vision, you want to ball up. You don't want to go in a straight line. Because that's what we just did, and you saw the result. You want to ball up, stim, and hold, and when his Mutalisks approach you, you approach his Mutalisks. If he backs off, you back off. It's a dance. You have to learn how to dance. Where are we at here? Alright. 4 barracks, pumping, 5th one on the way. Oh, double factory shop. Single starport add-on. Side facility already done. allskyee parked right outside of Elevation's 3rd. He's gonna see the creep, so here it is. Gotta move in. Gotta get something done. 11 Mutalisks with +1 weapons. And the drones come in, so it looks like Elevation's pretty confident. Pretty confident. allskyee starts picking off some of the drones. Yeah. Oh man, this is painful. We just lost a lot of economy here. Not only that, but we just lost a lot of mutalisks as well. And the lurker play, the lurkers are just not ready yet. We do have the one. I think this will be cleaned up. Maybe. Maybe not. There's just not enough Zerg here. We have unspent larva, unspent larva, unspent larva. That's a big problem. So, this third base goes down, lots of drones killed. That puts allskyee in an incredibly good position. Anytime you break Zerg's third in the mid-game like this, you're... as long as you haven't really taken a lot of economic damage, you're basically ahead. You're just ahead. Zerg needs gas to fight Terran. So without those bases, oh, great scan and pick on that lurker. Bleeding off Zerglings here. Scan's going down, we can see it's the top right. Just checking. Gotta maintain vision and checks on those bases to see if Zerg is expanding or not. Oh baby. Vessel, tank, tank. Tons of M&M. MN single medic. Okay, he's gonna keep these parked here. 1-1 on infantry. Any upgrades for Zerg? We do have the one Carapace. And elevation, I think, might be falling into a very common trap here versus Terran, which we make panic lanes. And in the mid game, without the adrenal glands and the melee, Zerglings are just garbage versus Terran. They're garbage. They're cannon fodder. You can make them, but use them as support and cannon fodder, not to try and defend this. Like, we're gonna see right here, this is gonna go terribly for elevation. Well, actually we just got a really good engage on these tanks here that are completely out of position. Caster's Curse. Alright, at least we have 2 more tanks coming in. It'd be really, really over if we had 5 siege tanks. But we could still make it happen with 2. Siege is up, these colonies are gonna go kaput, toast. There's a timer now on Zerg. Elevation has to decide what to do, if there's anything that can be done at all. We do have the Defiler Den, but... I mean, too little too late, maybe? Yeah, allskyee moving forward with the vessel to peek. See what's here. This is the only valuable unit worth irradiating. So throws that down. Here comes the engage. This is where it's really gonna matter. This is gonna determine the game right here. And it looks like allskyee just has too much. Expect to see GG any moment here from elevation. Has to evacuate the drones. That puts us back on 1 mining base. Yeah. Oh, cool. We get the vessel. That's cool, but I mean, there's just too much here. There's too much. We're gonna lose this hatchery. It's game over. Zerglings don't do anything in this scenario. Not without Defiler. We have Defilers popping now, but it doesn't matter. Scans going down. Checking for those bases. Still checking for those bases. So I gotta give a hand over to allskyee for being very vigilant this game with vision. It's very important versus Zerg to keep tabs on everything so that you know what Zerg's doing. So I think a very well played game from allskyee, and some interesting plays from elevation as well. A little bit confusing. Again, with Zergling's mid game, and you just can't. Now that we have Defilers and Swarm, it's semi-okay, but I mean, we don't have the melee upgrades. Terran's got armor rolling. Consumes an Overlord. The desperation here, it's pretty real. We got the Swarm, but I mean, Terran's already set up in position in the main base. Closing in is past the Swarm. That's a real big problem. And we have kind of a fantasy GG timing here. So I think both players played pretty good. allskyee played very well. I think Elevation made just a couple of mistakes that really kind of just pushed allskyee into the lead. The third base here falling like that, the initial Zerglings being created that didn't really accomplish much. There's a couple more things that we can do to tighten up our Zerg gameplay. Clown Cloud. He's not leaving. Zerg Pros, we got this. Oh, the Defiler Den's gone. That's it. GG. Yep, Defiler Den's gone. That's when we call it. Nice game. Alright, let's go to the scoreboard. Let's find our allskyee. Slap a point on the board. And yeah, Seal doing really good so far. Just taking a complete sweep. 3 games. We'll see how the rest of the series develops. Scoreboard, yeah, that's a pretty steep difference. Cool. Brings us into game number 2 for series number 2. Season 9, week 10. Here we go. Elevation versus allskyee, game number 2. Oh, I see. You'll see in just a moment.
I've already checked you out, Commander.
Here we go. Thanks, Memnon. What's up, bro? How are you? So, this is game number 2, and gosh, I hope it isn't just the same replay twice, because it's also on Vermeer, and they're in the same spawns. But I promise you, I picked game 2. Oh boy. I don't want to speed it up, but like I'm also scared that I accidentally picked like the same game twice, because this looks like the exact same. I don't want to assume that they made a mistake and played the same map twice, but maybe I'm just dumb. We'll see, because allskyee opened up, barracks expand, and Elevation did 12 hatch. 11 pull 10 gas, right? So I guess that's what we'll look for. Oh man, this is starting to look like the exact same thing. Oh man, I think that Devo's in the same spot too. Guys, I think I might have effed up. That game was so good, we can watch it again. Oh man. I'm gonna wait like one more minute and then call it. But this looks like a clone. Unless they are in the chat and can confirm. No, I think this is the same game, yeah, because he sent out the 2 scouts, remember? Yeah, this is barracks in the same spot. I'm calling it. Alright, I guess I screwed up. Now, see, my streams never go 100% smoothly, so... Vermeer. See, look! Look, it's right here. The proof is right here. Here's game 1. Vermeer. Okay, here's game 2. Vermeer. Okay, back to game 1. 16 minutes, 57 seconds. Game 2, 16 minutes, 57 seconds. So I think they might have uploaded the same replay twice, unbeknownst to them. Yeah. Well, that's that. And this is supposed to be the spoiler-free version, but I had to peek at it to see if it was different. So, unfortunately, I think that means that allskyee probably took this 2-0, because this is blank, and these are both the same, so I kind of have to make that assumption. I'm going to leave the scoreboard the same way it is right now, though, because I'm not 100% sure, but this looks like it might have been a mistake on the upload part. But there's no game 2 to show you for series number 2, and that kind of makes me sad. Probably something I should have checked first, but prepping casts, there's a lot of work to do, so it's inevitable that I'll miss something. Yeah, character, we shall never know. I am sorry, but that's just the way it is. Well, that's going to push us into our next series, which is going to be KStep from Fightin Auirish versus Character from Seal. I'm going to check the replays first to make sure these are right. Hey, it looks like these are correct. Great. No spoilies, but it is Eclipse and Vermeer, and I didn't peek at the third one in my list, so I don't know if it's a dud or not. But we'll start with the first two, and we'll see where the series takes us. So here we are on Eclipse, in the top right, spawning as the yellow Protoss. It is Charactos, the character playing Protoss, and in the bottom left is the red Protoss. It's KStep. Who's this character guy you speak of? You, man, why'd you switch to Protoss? That's what I want to know. You were a Terran player, I know that. I've been in CPL for quite a while. I know everybody. Pylons. Oh, that's quite a big difference in timing. Character. A little bit late. Character says, I like playing PvP. I play TVZ, TVT, and PvP. So you race pick Protoss into Protoss instead of playing Terran into Protoss. That's pretty smart. Because TVP is painful. I'm not a Terran player, and even I'm biased against it. PvP greater than TVP, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, Effay. Oh, man. You cast my match with Archiphres yet? We just did. I just finished it. You just missed it. Sorry, man. You could probably catch it on the upload whenever it gets put on YouTube. I think Dada does that. Hope it was entertaining, at least. It was absolutely entertaining. It was great. It was a very good series. Okay, so core opening for character, core opening for KStep. So far, pretty mirrored. Whoa. Okay, for a second I thought that might have been a red pylon, but I looked at the minimap. Okay, it's characters. False alarm. Nobody freak out. Okay, everything moving along pretty smoothly here. KStep's core finishes, character's core finishes. Zealot first. And character going straight into Dragoon. And character says, I can defend Zealots with Zealots and or shield batteries instead of Marines. Okay, that's a fair point. Pylon range. So the only real difference here so far in the opening is KStep just opted in to get the Zealot first. And this is the part where the Dragoons will flush out the enemy scouting probes. It looks like KStep might get to keep his. Yeah, if he can get back home with this, that's another mining worker. Not that there's a lead or anything. We're both tied. 2019. Let's see when this probe's gonna pop. Actually, character just a little ahead. Slightly ahead. And KStep opting in to get this Robo. Gate into core into Robo. We'll see if character wants to drop down some more gateways or also go Robo. Also go Robo, but strategically positioning this Robo at the ramp. And I think, now I don't play I played a little bit of Protoss, but like I'm not super familiar with strategies, but I think this might telegraph it's going to be a Reaver coming out here, because then it doesn't have very far to get to the natural to defend. And I mean, same thing here, right? Like, this is pretty close. Another gateway, another gateway. Yeah, these two are just modeled after each other. So 3 gate robotics for character. So far, just 2 gateway robotics for KStep. Observatory. Though I might fully switch to Toss next season, to be honest, since I keep being put in T2 now. And whenever I play Terran versus a T2 player, it's not ever close. Oh, I'm sorry, you're that character. People hugging emoji. Okay, so character getting his observatory just a little bit later here. KStep controlling the high ground here, right outside. I like this. It's a good position to be in, good posture. Here's the robotics support bay. No support bay yet for character. That might be what this might be. Another pylon? Okay. I do expect to see one there with this position the way it is. Maybe I'm wrong though. Okay, observers are out for both players on the map. Something something, toss easy grace. That was my snow laugh. And here we have an engagement. This is rough right here. The initial engagement was from the low ground, but character muscles his way up the ramp with superior numbers because of that 3rd gateway. Remember, KStep is only on 2 gateways, so there is a little bit of a military lead for character. And also a probe lead by 3. So character in a pretty good position here, I would say. Forces KStep back into a defensive posture. Back at the natural. Character securing the natural expansion with a Nexus here. No Nexus yet for KStep, but a Reaver. First Reaver. Oh, come on. Do we see it? Do we see it? There it is. Okay, we might want to back up now. Oh boy. Don't try to muscle your way through this. You're not going to beat that with a Reaver. Good. Backs off. Very smart. Maybe hold the high ground. Maybe just retreat. Come on, drop that Nexus. Every second we wait here, we get further behind. Character's Nexus is almost completed. I already transferred the probes down too. That's a little early. But you got the right idea. Here's character's support bay. Forge, Citadel. So some heavy teching here. No additional gateways just yet. And I'm a little bit worried for KStep here because it looks like we might be falling behind on the macro front. And I don't mean macroing probes out of the Nexus, I mean we need more gateways or something, or additional tech. The early Reaver's nice, because that lets us defend. But then, I mean, we have to navigate the rest of the game, right? How are we going to get Zealot lanes? Okay, character going back into his own defensive posture here. Just going to chill and sit at the mat. KStep opting for the aggression with Shuttle double Reaver. It's really going to come down to engagement here, but could make something happen. Certainly. With a defensive Reaver of character's own, second one popping out, yeah, that kind of evens things out quite a bit. The only, the Hail Mary here is whether or not KStep has good Shuttle Reaver micro and can pick up Reavers to avoid getting shot. If they decide to engage here. Reaver dogfighting seems anything but easy. I agree, Archiphres. Archiphres. I agree. Shuttle Reaver Micro is one of those things that I found really appealing about Protoss. I played P for a little bit before the season began, but I stopped because I thought I lost too many brain cells. Alright, so powering up, we have 6 gateways here for character. That looks pretty good. Finally, some additional gateways coming down for KStep, but we're really falling behind. Like, desperately. I want to see what that is. That's a pylon. Okay. Next gas. But the worker counts are still even. 38, 37. KStep actually taking a little bit of a lead there, so it looks like character might have cut and is still cutting. Are we cutting so that we can do 6 gateway production? Sort of. Get a couple of Dragoon picks here. Every goon counts. Protoss units are expensive, so each one lost is a heavier hit. And I think when you just sit here like this... ooh, never mind. Reaver drop. Get the probes, get the probes! Okay, backs out. Plays it safe. That's acceptable. Injured Reaver, injured Shuttle. Get out. Got a couple picks. I saw some probes died. Got the Dragoon. And now a cannon as a response, so that won't happen again. And cannon's in the main again, so this can't happen here. Okay, Zealot speed. These Zealots are going to chew through these Dragoons unless we get some great shots off from these Reavers. Character moving towards the 3rd here. Are we going to try to take it? Still powering on 6 gateways. Here's the Templar Archives. Armor started. Weapon finished. I see. These are sweeping the map looking for hidden bases. Well, that's pretty smart. The only downside to this is that these Zealots are now unavailable to defend, should KStep decide to push in. And I mean, if we look through character's vision, we don't know anything about KStep right now. We don't know where his army is, we don't know the size of it, or its composition. So this is a bit of a risky play, but high risk, high reward. Looks like we find the 3rd here. KStep's gonna have to cancel this. Gonna have to cancel it. That was not a cancel. Was it? Did it get the money back? Either way, it's painful. Oh boy, here comes the engage. Here comes the big one. This is it, boys. This is the big one. Drops both the Reavers. Nice hits on these Dragoons here. And the Zealots come in for the flank. Awesome engagement from character. We do pick off one of the Reavers. The other one got picked up. Hello, puppers. And yeah, it looks like character's going to take a very significant lead here. Lots of speed Zealots. And we're making High Templars for Archons as well, so this is an A-move army. No upgrades yet for KStep. So we're losing the upgrade fight, we're losing the gateway fight, and we're losing the tech fight as well. So KStep, unfortunately, just a little bit behind on all fronts, with one exception, and that's probes. Has a higher probe count, but we need to do something with that. We need to translate that into money, which he's got plenty of. We just need to spend it. Gonna try to reestablish this 3rd base here. More Archons, more speed lots. So speed lot Archon for character. Oh, I see in the chat. Character. I do minimal micro, I just build Zealot Archon and A-move. All other units are just a means to Zealot Archon A-move. Well, usually. Play Toss the way Toss is stereotyped. I just make an A-move army and 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A. Well, whatever works for you, brother. Alright, so we have that +1 armor finished now, so we have 1 on weapons, 1 on armor. KStep, just finished weapons. Here comes the probe transfer to the 3rd. Might be a little bit early. Scouting probe, or no, it's not a scouting probe, a 3rd base probe. Character is going to attempt to take this as a 3rd, it looks like. KStep with 1 Dragoon to deny. Highly effective. Oh yeah. Look at the pet dog, stop. Itchy boy. Alright, so here comes the big push from character. Now, this could be the one. Yeah, this is the one. This is the push to end all pushes this game. Look at how many zealots there are. Oh my god. KStep with the storm. That's a good storm. Reaver, Archon. Yeah, there's just a lot here. I do like the Dark Templars. I don't see any yellow observers on my screen, so this is actually really helpful. More reinforcements coming in. Battle probe, yeah! And we'll just step into cinematic mode here and watch as these 2 Dark Templars slowly whittle away at this army that's going to completely crush the rest of the base. Pulls the probes down with a nice drill, but I mean, this is over, right? The character's still flowing in with little bits of reinforcements here and there. And then we have an upgrade lead, extra armor, we just have more. We just have more. I tell you though, these 2 Dark Templars really put in some work. Character. I was like, oh no, DTs. Anyway. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what you have to do. I feel like you made the right decision here because you knocked out the entire natural, right? And then you basically wiped out his army. And then you're also cleaning up the 3rd. And you're also taking the sneaky top left double gas base, and KStep taps out, has to tap out. Great game. Nicely played, character. Here you go. Oh no! Hang on, let me fix that. There we go. You get a point. There's the score. Yeah. Pretty wide. Here we go. That'll take us into game number 2 in this series, which should take place on Vermeer. And indeed it does. Here we go on Vermeer, game number 2 and series number 3 between KStep and Toss. In the top left corner, spawning as the yellow Protoss yet again. It's character. And in the top right corner, once again, as the red Protoss. It's KStep. Oh, it's 12:40 p.m. here. What should I have for lunch? Maybe I'll make myself my special hash bowl. Tacos. I don't know. Maybe. Tacos are always good. Oh, so PvP, huh? You like PvP? I don't really know anybody that likes mirror matches all that much. Everybody seems to kind of not like their mirror match. I guess except Zergs. Like, I don't mind my mirror match. Kind of prefer not to play it, though. It's just 3 units. Unless you're Light Swarm. Or me. Okay, Gateway Gas for KStep. Character 12 Nexus. He's got that greed. Greedy, greedy, greed. You know what, I think I know what I want for lunch. I think I want Maker's Mark for lunch. Where's Love Snow? He'd be proud. Character in chat. Honestly, I came from SE2 and the mirrors share the most similarities in my opinion, so it's probably because they're the most familiar. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, 12 Nexus into double gateway. Standard core opening for KStep. Opting for the Zealot first. Character's probe gets in, sees everything that he needs to see. And the aha moment. That's a finished Nexus. KStep should be well aware of what's happening. Here sees the gateways warping in. Cybercore. Oh, I see. Last week you tried to go 12 Nexus. You got cannon rushed, lost your nat, but then you won with 1 base Zealot speed. But that's not this game, okay. Cool. Alright, so 2 gateway range for KStep. Double Zealots out here. Gonna catch this probe off guard. KStep will lose a scouting probe. Here's the transfer. And we just now finish up the gas. So for a little bit, we are Zealot Man. Gas starts mining. And yeah, we already have the 2 goons, plus a Zealot for KStep, and he's gonna opt in to pressure this now. Range about to finish, but it's not done yet. We're gonna have to micro against these Zealots. Okay, our meat shield gets picked off. Let's see the goon micro. And even without range being completed yet, we could still effectively micro. And yeah, here we see that. Nicely done. That's free damage. Free damage. You could maybe do this all day if it meant that he's also active back at home. Here's robotics. We're not making any more probes, but we are making more goons. So yeah, a lot of damage done to these Zealots. Range is done. 2 more goons that can reinforce. That can and should. No forge yet. Ooh, alright. Here's our play. Citadel this early, so we're probably going to go Archives right after that, and then right into DTs is my guess. And now the character has Dragoons of his own, he can kind of fight back against this. There is a range lead. Here's range for character. We still have some time. KSteps is finished. 2 more gateways for a total of 4. You know, these Zealots are injured now. So if a fight breaks out, they're going to be picked off a little bit easier. Character going to have to be careful. And a 5 range Dragoon knocking on the front door. Okay, focuses down that Dragoon, focuses down this Dragoon. Nicely done. Now we can just micro against the melee units. Nice. A little bit of a choke there, but still getting some shots off and still pretty good micro. We'll pick off these Zealots, no problem. KStep doing a really good job micromanaging this game. We gotta keep up back at home as well. We do have the support bay. Reaver's almost done. I like the way this looks. Oh no. Rogue Dragoon comes out, takes a bunch of hits, really injured. What do we do here as KStep? Alright, finish off the rest of the probes. Go to the Zealots and start picking on the probes. Focus down the enemy Dragoon, very smart. Oh, but now we get surrounded. There's a lot of goons here. Here it is. Drop that puppy. This is funny. Bam! Alright, that was a lot of probes. And actually, that really evened out the lead that character got from 12 Nexus. As you see, the probe count's 24, well, 23 to 23 now, it's even. So this attack canceled out the advantage. Oh no, Reaver. Okay. Oh no. Pick it up! Alright, very good. Yo, this Dragoon right here putting in work. Like serious work. Does go down. Like half the shields on this gateway. That doesn't mean anything. Some of the hit points on this Dragoon. Yeah, oh, right here. You could have dropped it right here. Here's okay too. Whoa! That was thick with 2 C's. Nice. Alright. So behind that, KStep's going to take his natural nexus, drop 2 more gateways of his own. And we'll look and see how it develops from here. Here's the Archiphres that I was predicting would be here much earlier for DTs, but with the attack happening, that probably took the attention away from that. Where are you going? Across the map to harass the probe line? Well, let's just check and see if there's cannons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, character. You're in trouble. Oh, you can't sit here like this. Oh no. Yeah, he spots it. Reacts very quickly. Good job, character. Pulls the probes too. Oh no. Wow. Oh, that breaks my heart a little bit. That Reaver did nothing. Where are we at on the probe front? 26 to 23. KStep actually takes the lead in Dragoon count, probe count. Character going for his signature Speed Lot Archon. Shuttle speed being researched by KStep, so we're probably going to see more Shuttle Reaver play. There's the Citadel. Obs are out. I didn't even realize KStep got 2 shuttles. Could probably make a lot happen with more than 1 shuttle. Well, we're missing the nat gas. We should probably have that by now. Attack on the way. Attack not on the way. Is it already done? It's already done. Character ahead on the upgrade front. Big engagement. We'll watch the Dragoon's health. Yeah, and character just catching and picking off goon by goon as they kind of stumble into each other. It's a bit difficult to micromanage a bunch of goons without them blocking each other. The front ones get blocked. So here we have a really strong push. Now with a +1, remember that's done, and there's no +1 here. So it's a lot of extra damage being dealt. With the Archons and the Zealots slowly picking off goon by goon by goon, I'm a little bit worried for KStep here. I think he can probably clean it up. Oh, but uses the Archons, goes for the probes. Wow, that was a lot. Good economic damage here getting into the natural. 21 probes to 29 now. All the Zealots get cleaned up. We still have 2 Archons to deal with, and their shields are still relatively high. This one's pretty beefy still. We're gonna put some more damage on these Dragoons. Okay, decides to retreat. Are we gonna lose this one? No. Alright. More Zealots. More Archon. No Nat Gas. Transfer. I see, yeah. Because this is mostly mined out, I guess it makes sense to transfer the majority of your probes to the fresher base. So I like that. Here's the Nat Gas. We have 1 Reaver, 7 Goons, 3 Zealots. Here's the second Reaver popping out. Pick that guy up. And Pylon City. 3 Archons, more than a dozen Zealots. Strategic cannons to deny drops. KStep moving in on the aggressive front. This time we have speed on the shuttle. It's gonna go in, spots the cannons, drops the Reavers anyway, which I like, because we can still get quite significant damage done here. In fact, yeah, just 2 shots that. Wow, lots of probes dying. Character just aims right across the map. Just runs right past KStep's forces. Gets back into the mineral line. These Archons do splash damage, so all these probes are going to die at once. Dragoons come to clean this up. But at this point, there's so much economic damage that's been done to both sides. Look, we're 14 probes to 18 probes now. This has become a low econ scrappy game. Character gonna snipe this Nexus here. If he gets it, that's gonna be really big. Puts him in the lead. And we'll finish to clear this out with these 2 remaining Reavers. Sneaky third base, bottom left corner. Character, this finishes up now. Oh, we're missing a bit of production here. Only 3 gateways operating. But again, as I just said, we're now in a low econ scrappy game because of how much damage was done. But as far as the game's progression goes, we're looking at 3 bases as soon as he gets this operational, versus 1. And in a mirror matchup, that's really not where you want to be, ever. Unless you have some other sizable lead, like Army, which here just isn't the case. Alright, KStep, what's the move? We're going for it. More aggression. Alright. Could potentially drop Reavers right here, get some Scarabs off, and do some good damage to the front army here. We'll see what he decides to do though. Single scouting zealot for character, just checking out those bases, making sure KStep's not taking any. And yeah, right here, playing a couple of these bad boys. A lot of good damage. Pick them up. Don't lose them. Alright, so this is a pretty good engagement for KStep. Excellent. great. So that kind of opens up the doorway to continue pushing here. Do we have Storm? I didn't catch. I guess not, because he's got the energy for it. But if we're just making Archons, yeah, I guess we wouldn't. And, yeesh. We're out of units. Alright, some fresh Zealots pop out, but we gotta fight through Pylon City first. Yeah, these Reavers doing a great job. Oh no. Oh no, the probes. Oh no, the probes. Oh no. Storm! Storm, please! We didn't research it. Alright, how much more can we get done with this one injured Reaver? Oh my gosh, that's out of range. Pick it up. Nice. A couple more pro picks. 21 to 17, 22 to 18. 1 hit point. Whew. 1 hit point on this guy. Character getting this. 3rd base operational here. That's really going to help out. Storm is just money. That's not another Archon. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I just think it's literally free value over time. Alright, so +2 weapons for character on these Zealots. Where are we at with KStep? Just +1 weapons, but gonna continue pushing in here. The aggression has turned, but the tables have turned. We lost the Reaver. Alright, character backs out. That's safe, I like this. The problem is, we don't have anything mining here. We barely have anything left here. And like I said, this is going to make a huge difference. This is probably what's keeping character in the game right now. +3 weapons finished for character. Alright, we're ready to rock and roll. We're still on 1 weapons for KStep. And 2 isn't even started yet. So we have a substantial attack upgrade lead for character. This could make a big difference in a fight. KStep going to try to take the natural 3rd location. Character's going to scout this immediately. Gets in here. Oof, there it is. Yeah, it's going to force a response. We'll have to clean this up. One Zealot gets out. Oh, you cheeky bastard. You're going to take bot right too. Well, alright. Another big push out. Lots of speed lots, accompanied by a singular Archon. Character. I was going for bingo. The AMD is the free space. What? What? Did you... You guys saw that, right? Oh, these 2 Zealots were running a marathon at the speed of light. Alright, we got a snipe on the 3rd Nexus here. That went down really fast because of these upgrades. There was no response in time possible, really, for KStep, so losing that 3rd Nexus... Yeesh. I mean, we've mined out here. We're chewing through the Dragoons right here. Come on, do we have Storm? We don't have energy, though. I bet KStep has Storm. There it is. And that's going to be good against the Zealots, but... Yes, it's good, but... Where's the rest of our army? Yeah, the Zealots... They're going to pick this Archon off before it finishes. And wow, I didn't even realize that the mining probes were being picked off by a single Zealot that snuck in. Nicely done, character. It's going to be another game, and that's going to take the series. on, Fightin Auirish. My boys, we're getting swept. We're getting swept. What's your score? 151, 139 on APMs. Not that APM matters at all, but it's fun to gauge how fast people are. Great, so we just have one last series to get through. We're going to boot that up right now. This last series is going to be between Reaper and Dwarf. Returning back to Terran versus Zerg. And game number 1. On Eclipse. Spawning in the top right corner of Eclipse is the yellow Terran. It is a Dwarf. And spawning in the lower left corner is the magenta Zerg. It is the Nom Clan's Reaper. I'm interested to see how well Reaper performs here. I've been trying to help him out a little bit, and he's improved tremendously over the season. Now, a Dwarf I actually don't know anything about. This might be a new player to CPL. Okay, we're droning up to 9, Overlord. Supply. Oh, I'm so tired. Why am I tired? Oh, I still have coffee left. Oh, yay me. Awesome. Okay, barracks. There it is. 3 drones, up to 12. Drone goes out. You see 12 hatch. There we are. Now we'll see, it doesn't look like Dwarf is going to take the gas. And right from 11, spawning pool. Oh, I guess this one's going to scout. And gas on 10. Okay, standard 2 hatch opening. Tickle, tickle. Okay, scouts the hatchery timing. Gas pool. Another depot here, so we'll probably be expanding because the Dwarf is banking up so many minerals. 400 for that command center. Oh, does he deny it? Denies the scout, but does not kill the drone. There's our command center. This Marine's going for it. What is happening here? This is crazy. This is scout warfare. Character, you're right. Casting does burn energy. It's actually pretty intense casting. You have to pay attention to so many things constantly. I love doing it though. The only problem is I had a kid in December, so like I really have a hard time scheduling time, like committing time to casting. I really miss it. I did a bunch of casting in CPL 7. I did some in CPL 8, and this is actually the first cast that I've done for CPL 9. I imagine that'll drain your energy too. Yeah, man, having a kid is wild. It changes everything. Alright, so we have a safety sunk here for Reaper. Alright. Factory. So this is like a delayed mech. Oh, Academy. Oh, this is the Valkyrie build, isn't it? That's what this is. I think that's the only reason why you get Academy so early alongside a factory. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my game sense right now, firing off. Yeah, this is going to be Light's Valkyrie build. So a dwarf thinks he's light. This cannot be easy to micromanage at all, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he's practiced it a ton. Maybe he's really good at it. Reaper going for the 2-base lurker play. If you're Zerg and you go lurker on 2-base, it's fairly all in. But here, Reaper's produced a good number of extra drones, and the exchange for that will be a later lurker timing. So this isn't quite as all in. But with the later lurkers, any kind of push will be less effective because Terran will be a little bit more prepared with more time. Another safety sunk going down here. And the thing about building colonies as a Zerg player is they should really be done as a response. Oh, he forgot the slash. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's see that scan. Here it is. Scans the Hydroden. Does he see anything out of the eggs? Double Overlord. And yeah, for reference, if you do a dedicated 2-hatch lurker push, that's all in, there'd probably be a handful of speedlings and like 4 or 5 lurkers. Right about here, right now. Right at about 6 o'clock, the 6-minute mark, is when a 2-hatch lurker, all in, comes to kill. So we are experiencing that delay here. But the flip side is, you know, we have 23 drones. You do a 2-hatch lurker all in, you have like, I don't know, like 3 drones on minerals, and that's it. Oh, a Wraith. Fascinating. Alright, so this could supply block. It won't, but it could. From a dwarf's perspective. Alright, we're getting the bunkers down. This is the kind of response that you want if you know your opponent's going lurker. This will stop a lurker push. The only thing we're missing is missile turrets. But we could still detect with scans, so it's semi-okay. Yeah, Reaper's just going to form contain now. But it's a little bit late. I mean, there's already a siege tank out, and I can imagine this is siege mode. It is. Yep. Third barracks. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not the Valkyrie play. Or maybe he shifted, knowing that it's now lurker, which is very smart. Because why would you go Valkyrie if you know your opponent's opening lurker? So I think this was a good shift that a dwarf did. Smart, it makes sense. And we're going back into bio now with 4 racks. We're getting the upgrades at the academy. Reaper's going to put on a little bit of pressure here without any missile turrets. It'll force a dwarf to burn scans. And that's pretty unfortunate. Typically, it's with a game like that, it's really tough when you lose your initial lurkers, because you don't really have anything much behind that can stop a Terran. That has, like, you know, at least 8, 9, 10, 11 Marines, bunch of tanks, more coming out. So, yeah, game 1 gonna go to a dwarf. Here's our score. That's fairly close. Not too bad. Alright, dwarf, my man. You get a point. And we'll push right into game number 2 for the last series. I would really like this to be a 3-game series, but I guess we'll find out. Reaper versus a dwarf, game 2, Vermeer. Let's go. Alright, on Vermeer, spawning in the top right corner is the yellow Zerg. It's non-clan's Reaper. And in the bottom left is the white Terran. It's a dwarf. So we have a 4-player map now instead of 2. interested to see how that changes things. See if Reaper decides to go for another lurker play, or maybe Mutalisks this time. In either case, it is my recommendation to Zerg players, if you're newer, if you're fighting Terran, you really want to prioritize the gas units. Getting gas units out mid-game. Lurker or Muta, whatever your fancy is, that's fine. But as I was saying earlier, just Zerglings alone, without upgrades or adrenal glands, they're kind of garbage against Terran, unless Terran's in low numbers. So we'll see. Alright, we got an Overlord here. This will be a barracks pretty soon. This will be the scout. 2 drones. 3 drones. 3 drones. 3. Bueller. There it is. That'll be the hatchery. That'll be the scout. No gas just yet. Could be a fast expansion. We'll see. And we're staying on 11 drones. Position for a spawning pool. And the gas. So another 2 hatch opening for Reaper. We're not going to find Terran here. Second scout is sent out by a dwarf. Or is it? What do we have here? Oh, I understand. He was checking for an Overlord, possibly. I'm not sure if that's the right timing to do it, but still, that's pretty smart. It actually turns this SCV around at the halfway point when he doesn't see Zerglings. So a dwarf playing a pretty intuitive game here already. Drone Scout gets in, sees the command center, and the gas follow-up. Okay, so gas after command center without the second racks probably indicates this will be more of a tech play. Or maybe a fast +1 from an engineering bay. Here's our layer started. Reaper just comfortably droning. Safety sunken. Now I have to say, I probably disagree with this particular colony right here. This should just be another mining drone. And the reason is simply because we just got out of Terran's base with 1 drone scouting. We saw the gas and we only saw 1 barracks, so there's not really any immediate threat from Terran. Okay, here's the follow-up from the gas. It's going to be factory. Just make sure there's nothing in the corner here. Yeah. SCV transfer on completion. Safety bunker. And the scouting SCV is in the base and still alive. This is a little tricky. Reaper has to address this because otherwise Dwarf is just going to figure out the tech immediately. This is probably the Spire drone. Yeah. So Dwarf's going to scout that immediately. Now if you're Zerg and you see you still have the enemy's scout in your base, don't delay your tech, it's just not worth it. Put it down anyway, even if he's going to see it. Because this will still evoke a response from Terran. And the response we want is, hey, spend your money on missile turrets. Getting the nat gas to pair with the Spire, very good. If you go mutas, always take your nat gas when your layer pops. You go Spire and nat gas. Boom, boom, for your 2 hatch. Okay, 1-1-1 opening for a dwarf. Expansion 1-1-1, anyway. Here's the armory. So, this time, the dwarf is going to get to do what he wanted to do in the first game, which is the Valkyrie build. Then scouted lurkers, smartly shifted into more biocentric play. This time, he knows for certain that it's going to be Spire. Almost certain, actually. It is possible that upon killing the SCV, you can cancel this and make something else. But again, that really delays your mid-game tech, and as I said before, if your versus Terran as Zerg, you need gas units to fight. Which means you have to get layer tech, some sort of layer tech out. So don't delay. So Terran can safely assume that it's mutas. Turrets have already begun construction. Mutas are out. Third base being taken at the 12 o'clock. With the choke, I like it. 3 more Mutalisks in production. We got +1 attack on the way. And let's see what Reaper can accomplish with these mutas. With the initial flock. Turn off Dwarf's vision so we get a clear view of what Reaper sees and what he does. Go in. Come on! There we go. Oh, move in. Go in. Come on! Alright, well. I also recommend that if you go Mutalisks, that you be as proactive with them as possible. Already 2 Valkyries out, yeah, that's kind of the beauty of this build. These mutas are going to have a hard time getting any kind of harassment done with minimal turret coverage, that's very nice, but then the Valkyries as well. I really like that a dwarf did not overmake turrets. 1, 2, 3. 2 to cover the Nat, and then 1 in the main, and then the Valkyries to... Oh, there's a 4th one I missed. 2 in the main. Valkyries in the middle, Marines in the middle. This is very tight. This is basically impenetrable. So very well positioned by Dwarf. And these mutas are going to sit. This is actually more than enough. Sends one probably to scout, is my guess. Got a scan, double scan coming out. Gotta check that hive timing. There is no hive tech yet. Not even a Hydralisk den. So we might be able to assume that it's going to be a little heavier on the Mutalisk play, which prompts him to continue producing Valkyries, which I think is smart. Now that being said, every time these Mutalisks swoop in, they're taking 2 volleys. 3 volleys. Oh, goodness. So this is actually a 4th Valkyrie. Now I wouldn't be surprised if a dwarf decided to just move out across the map with 4 Valkyries. That's complete. Oh, the Scourge looking for a snipe. Gotta be careful, but these are positioned very well. They're safe. We have 1, 2, 3. It's a little short on Scourge. Still no tech. Okay, I'm getting very worried for Reaper here. We're banking a lot of money. We just lost an Overlord that blocked us. And we get the Valk Micro. Oh, that one's a sitting duck. Oh, we almost had it. Oh, the engagement. Oh no! Yeah, that's game. Unfortunately. It really comes down to engagements a lot of the time. And as you can see, one engagement can decide the entire game. So here's our score. A dwarf performing very well. I'm impressed. Right side, we'll mark up the score. 2, and yeah, my team just got swept. Ho-hum. Well, that's a little bit depressing. But you know what's more depressing than that? I'm out of games to cast. That was the series that I had scheduled in. So here we go, guys. That's going to be it for today, for Week 10, Tier 2, between Fightin Auirish and Southeast Asian Laggers. With some really good games played. Really good games. But we got our butts kicked. Alright, my viewers, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the cast. Hope you enjoyed your time here. I'm gonna try to fit more in a little bit down the line, maybe for playoffs. But you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm Forte. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.